Have you been body shamed by your husband? How awful is that? It's horrible. Nobody wants to experience that. Believe it or not, you're not alone. I've talked to countless women who have experienced body shaming from their spouse, and they've experienced it in different ways. So you're not alone, and it's a horrible feeling to feel like the one who's supposed to love you the most is the one who's sending shame your way. This video is going to be very important for you because I'm going to give you the tools that you need in order to not only heal from feeling shame from being body shamed, but also to make sure that it doesn't happen anymore. The first thing that I want to say is, of course it hurts, and of course it doesn't feel good. You can be body shamed in different ways. And here's what I see. Sometimes it's very overt. It's very in your face, where they'll make comments about how you're not sexy enough or pretty enough, or say something about your weight and why that needs to change or that's not good enough. It can be very much straightforward and tell you that you aren't good enough when it comes to your sexuality, your beauty, and your body in the relationship. It can also be a little bit more covert. And what that means is they'll make subtle comments or hints about why you need to change and why you're not good enough, or why you're not sexy enough, or why you're not beautiful enough. Little things like, yeah, like you should try that diet. Or, you know, your sister lost a lot of weight, like maybe you could do what she did. Now, they might just be trying to give you some encouragement, or they might be subtly saying to you, you're not okay as you are. You're not beautiful enough. It's easy for me to say to you that it's not about you. And it truly isn't about you, but it sure feels like it is. And what I mean by that is when your husband says to you, you're not pretty enough, you're not beautiful enough, you're not sexy enough, that's about him. It's about his perception. It's about what he thinks, and it has nothing to do with your self-worth. But it sure doesn't feel that way. It feels like it has everything to do with you. So our goal is, when you have experienced body shame from your husband, is for you to separate out your self-worth from his opinion and for you to be able to still love yourself regardless of what he may think. I'm going to give you some things to do to prevent getting body shamed in your relationship, and I'm going to give you some things to do to heal from being body shamed. But before I do, remember to subscribe to my channel. First off, love yourself and allow yourself to feel what you're feeling about feeling like you've been body shamed in your relationship. If you're sad, if you're angry, if you're hurting, whatever you're feeling is valid and you're feeling it for a reason. The second thing that you need to do is lay down the law. Now, what I mean by that is don't go be a jerk to your husband. Don't fight fire with fire. If he's saying to you, you're not good enough, then don't go to him and say, well, you're not good enough. But what I do mean is to say to him what works for you in the relationship and what doesn't. Be clear to him about why you value respect and why you need respect in your relationship. Be clear to him about why it doesn't work for you for him to make comments about your body and make comments about things that really make you feel shame. Be open with him about why you can't have certain conversations with him. Be honest with him about what works for you and what doesn't work for you when it comes to talking about sex, when it comes to talking about your body. Before I get to the next thing, I do want to say one thing, is sometimes it's hard to distinguish between when somebody is actually body shaming you and when you're body shaming yourself first and foremost. They might give you a certain look, they might say a certain thing, but they don't mean it as body shame. They don't mean it to hurt you. But you might be feeling a lot of insecurity and you might be feeling a lot of body shame yourself, so you're interpreting things that way. Now, that's not always the case. Sometimes they are trying to get you to change your body. They're trying to say to you that you're not okay as you are and you're not good enough. It's important for you to self-reflect and understand your own perception of yourself and understand how beautiful you are regardless of what they may say, so that you can look at it through a lens of clarity and mindfulness about, are they actually body shaming you or not? If your partner is body shaming you, if they're saying things to you that are very hurtful, then you need to ask them for change. They need to experience a shift in the way they're showing up in the relationship. That might mean going to therapy. It might mean reading some books or listening to some podcasts or doing certain things so that they can change their perception of you and your relationship, and they can figure out how to love and accept you as you are. The next thing is to assess for other things. So this might be overthinking it, but they might have some kind of an addiction going on or other problems going on, and they're projecting onto you and trying to get you to be a certain way sexually, a certain way with your body, so that they can use you. And if that's the case, you want to take a step back and you want to have some boundaries around your relationship so that you don't get caught up in that whole mix. Lastly, and this might be one of the hardest things to do, is to start to work toward a forgiveness process for your partner. If your partner has done certain things or said certain things, but they've stopped that behavior, they've been apologetic, they've been remorseful, they really don't want you to feel unsafe with them, then it's your work to start to come to some acceptance of yourself and to forgive them. The best, most important thing that you can do to get your husband to stop body shaming you is for you to stop body shaming you. You need to start with yourself. Stop sending yourself messages of not enough, that you're not beautiful. There's this thing called a dialectic, and I know that's a big word, but what a dialectic is when two opposing things can actually coexist. So let me give you an example. Acceptance and change. You can totally accept right where you're at and know that you're good enough and know that you're beautiful and still work towards some change in your life. You might want to be healthier. You might want to look a little bit different. Whether you want to look different in the future or not, you can still accept yourself right now as you are. And if you start to love yourself and have confidence and not shame yourself, then you'll be able to be boundaried in your relationship and honest with your partner about what works for you and what doesn't work for you. You won't drink their stuff in. It won't become a part of your identity because you'll know who you are. You'll know where they stop and you begin. So lay down the law, have some boundaries, accept yourself, work on your own shame. All of these things will help you to not experience body shame in your relationship. If you want more information about how to overcome shame, then go check out my other video, Healing the Shame That Binds You.